Okay, we're working on an 85 F250. The logic for this should apply from 80 to probably 96, give or take. As long as it has a dedicated brake switch, then it should work. Definitely 80 to 86. So the issue was no fucking brake lights. No brake lights, no hazard lights, but the turn signal worked just fine. We replaced the hazard turn signal multifunction switch, didn't change fucking anything. So there's a way to wire around this. It's not right, but it'll work, at least to get you home. If you have tools with you, some wiring shit with you, probably can be a more semi-permanent fix, which is what mine's gonna be, because I have no idea what the other issue is. So here's what we did. We took 12 volts on a fuse tap, matching the amperage of the fuse that is in the socket in the truck. So 15 amp fuse, because that's what's in our fuse box in the truck, which will show. Fuse number 1, right up here, 15 amp fuse. Okay, we took that permanent hot and we put it on this wire right here that goes to a spade connector on the top of the brake switch, and then we extended our factory wiring for the bottom side so that we could turn our factory connector upside down and putting the output connector on its correct spade for that brake switch. This is our original brake switch that was probably fine, but we exchanged him anyways because we were troubleshooting stuff. You could pen test it, which is what I should have done if I was smart. We didn't do that. How this works is it sits like so with the slotted side toward the right hand side if you're in the seat. The rod for the brake pedal goes through here. When you push the brake pedal, this contact closes, and all it does is it bridges this pin, which has your constant power, to this pin that has your momentary power. So I took a connector. We have this spade connector, it's the wrong end, but it's easy to understand. Spade socket is on our constant side from the battery fused. And then we took our factory connector that would go like this and turned him so he sits upside down. So I had to extend this wire a touch to make sure there was room to do it, which you could actually cap that hot side wire if you wanted to. I'm leaving mine so I can try to fix it correct later. But literally just flip that connector 180 degrees, left that spade where it was. We had a new hot wire going to the battery. This guy on back stays as he was. So now whenever you push the brake pedal, this constant 12 volts isn't being interrupted by a dead hazard switch or bad circuitry. So it will send momentary power to the brake lights, which I will now illustrate. Brake light, and we can still have a turn signal. The hazards still don't work. We don't know why, but that's why the factory wiring won't work, because the hot side is what gets interrupted by the multifunction switch to the hazard side, because whenever it's supposed to be sending signal, it should cut the brake light circuit off from involving the rear tail lamps. That way, if you're on the brake or not, you have hazards. So just a little tip, where if you're stuck, you need brake lights to get home, not get pulled over, pass inspection, whatever. If you wire it up this way, you'll have turn signals and you'll have brake lights. It won't be fixed. What will it be?
Different.
It'll be different.